Well. Alrighty, fellas. Good morning. How are we doing? Welcome back to another stream recap. PokeMMO stream recap 115, where we try to keep track of all the daily sort of what's happening in PokeMMO news and activities and interest, covering different high-level players and other viewers' shinies, just anything that's happening that's interesting in the community, while also making some progress and trying to plan things out for the future. Now, today, I'm starting off the stream. I'm gonna be diving into the belly of the beast, fellas, because yesterday I was driving with my fiance and I got a comment that said, "Rest in peace, man. You will be missed." And I had to respond, "Who died? What are you talking about?" And he said, "Oh, global chat told me you died. My bad." So today, we're going to head into the belly of the beast. We're going to go talk to the memers themselves and politely request, surely this won't go bad and make them do it more. We're going to go politely request, "Hey, Global Chat, could you please stop telling new players I am dead/banned? I know it's a lot to ask, but it's concerning some new players." This has been a meme of theirs for like 2 years now, and I think it's kind of funny. I'm not going to lie. I'm not, it's one of those things where it's kind of a good meme. For the past 2 years or so, they've been telling lots of new players that I am dead and or banned. So I'm going to go make the request and just see how these beautiful creatures respond. Let's see if any of them who have been doing that are here at the time. Obviously, not, global chat isn't just, it's a mixture of different kinds of people. Whenever you have it'll increase the trolling, but I'm here for it. That's kind of what I think too, but I'm okay with that, I don't know if anybody's going to be here. It's the real Patrouski. True. Hey, Pat, LMAO. Let's see if any of the the absolute masterminds are here. It's like he's still here with us. Fuck. Like I'm dead. Yeah, that's a good bit. And you know what? It's one of those things where like I post videos every single day and I stream, 4 or 5 times a week. If I get, if someone's like, "Hey, he's dead," it's pretty easy to fact check it. So it's not, it's not the worst. I think it's a fair troll. I honestly think it's kind of funny. Wait, Pat died? Yeah, Pat's alive. Like they're surprised. Okay, well, that's global chat for you. Maybe they just really, arrested. That's another meme. That's a good meme. I can still hear his voice. Feels strong, man. So I'll never forget everything I learned from him. You know what? Hey, good work, global chat. I respect it. He beat death. Yeah, I climbed back from the depths of Poke Hell. Anyways, okay. So, okay, alrighty. Today, I'm going to be EV Train. I have some Pokemon to speed EV Train, but I think I do want to go do storylines on an alt. So, we're going to go do storyline stuff first, and then coming back to speed EV Train. A pretty big collection of very cool Pokemon. I'm actually speed EV training 2 legendaries today. That'll be cool. I have an EV Train. I have a perfect 6x31 Shaman that I haven't EV trained yet. So, we're going to get that taken care of today. But first, let's hop over to Docter Nasty. All right, so last we left off on Docter Nasty, we're sitting at 3 gym badges and we're right in front of Rock Tunnel. I think I do have access to Flash, which is going to be super crucial here. Getting alt accounts like completed with storylines, heading into... Can I teach this here? Yeah, I probably should teach this. Getting alt accounts done with some storylines, heading into raids is so important. It's so important. Like I've been making a bunch of raid Pokemon, but I don't really have that many alts with storylines done, and that's gonna cost me if I don't start working on that. So I'm gonna be shiny hunting passively on this alt account, as well as let's do some more storyline progress over on this alt. A character I traded way back in 2013, by the way. Okay, let's go ahead and pop our Flash, and you've all seen Rock Tunnel a million times. I'm not gonna subject you to that in the recap. Wait, why is there a CM in Rock Tunnel? What would he be doing here? Flexing his shiny Metang. That's crazy. Giga Chad, singling Charmander? Is that... Oh! Wait, is Charmander still here? I thought Charmander got moved to Route 3. Is Charmeleon here? Charmeleon. Is he single encountering for a shiny Charmeleon? What else is in this location? Dude, the CMs play this game hard as fuck. The shiny Gardevoir lead into the shiny Metang follower. That's a flex. What a Giga Chad. That's a tour organizer. Shout out that guy. Like for PvP, I don't know nearly enough about the tours. Do you think he sees the name Docter Nasty and is like, "Oh yeah, that's Patrouski"? Should I make contact? Should I be like, "Oh, how does he know? Is he on stream?" How do you know that? How does he know that I'm Doctor Nasty? How do you know I'm Doctor Nasty? This is my alter ego, bro. The CMs keep an eye on my triple alts. CMs secretly watch Patrouski streams. I've had some CMs watch their. Now, usually higher ups like GMs and devs are too busy for that kind of thing, which makes sense. But CMs are fucking. Every CM I've ever met is like the nicest. It makes sense. You literally have to be. Good luck on your hunts. You have to be like a pretty darn kind and patient person to make it to be a CM. Like, you have to deal with a lot of stuff. Yeah, I'm under surveillance from the devs. That's how they know. He's got your IP locked in. Planning to start my first egg hunt. How much money would be a good amount of Pokeyen to like get up before you start? I love this question. It's a great question. This is one of my biggest mistakes in PokeMMO was I started an egg hunt. So I started an egg hunt with only 42 million Pokeyen cash. And then I had like 10 to 20 shiny charms and like 2 or 3 donator statuses, and that was a massive mistake. I think that you should start like minimum probably have like 60 to 65 mil Pokeyen cash, and then like, I don't know, 5 donator status 30s or maybe 3 donator status 30s is fine. I don't know, you do a mixture. 65 mil cash, and then probably 10 to 20 shiny charms, probably 3 to 5 donator status 30 days. That's what I would say. That money, you will burn through it so quickly, man. Egg hunts are brutal. Egg hunts take a long time, and you have to also be, with all of that in mind, you have to also be making Pokeyen along the hunt if you're only starting with that. Like, that's an egg hunt, for those who don't know, on average will cost around 120 to 150 million Pokeyen. Mine ended up costing 150. So yeah, go know that heading into it. You don't want to be like, you don't want to be 22,000 encounters into a hunt or 14,000 encounters in and then have to go make money and then like quote unquote fail on like a shiny Ditto, or like that'd be a great shiny, but like a Whismur or a Geodude or something like that when you're trying to make Pokeyen because you're so, you know, far behind, or even just having to interrupt your hunt mentally. It's like, it's a tough thing. I'd recommend starting as much as possible. Pat, how much is a Shalfa egg hunt worth? A Shalfa egg hunt is going to cost you 1 to 2 billion Pokeyen on average. Billion with a B, depending on what Pokemon you go for. Shalfa egg hunts are a different breed. Those are like, if egg hunts are for the 1%, Shalfa hunts are for the 0.001%. All right, we made it through Rock Tunnel. There we go, boys. Always make sure, if you're playing a Kanto storyline, always make sure once you make it through Rock Tunnel, don't run into these trainers. They will fight you. Same with this guy. Actually, this guy might not. But like, just before you, just go heal and like go to PC. I've had this happen where I like died to one of those trainers. You get sent all the way back to the PC outside of Rock Tunnel entrance, and you have to go through the entire cave again. It sucks. Definitely remember to do this. Hey Pat, did you watch the recent PokeMMO podcast? There was an idea to make legendary Pokemon gift Pokemon to reduce their inflation. What's your opinion? I love that they're talking about it, and I do think that idea is a little too late. I don't think you can go back and make them gift mons like the way they are now. I think that I think there has to be some sort of legendary sync into the game. I think that legendary Pokemon will just continue to come into the game more and more and more, and they'll just continue to go down and down in price. I'm on the item. Oops. And I think having some sort of legendary sync similar to a shiny sync with prismatic pearls and that fancy guy, you need something in some way to take them out of the game. They can't be bred, so they can't be sunk out that way. I think they need some sort of sync is the main thing. Now, what is that? I don't know. Also, wait, sorry, I need to preface. So people always, this is not inflation, like, right? Like, so like Articunos and stuff going down isn't inflation. Inflation is when too much currency is being brought into a market to where it like lowers the value of that currency as a whole. This is not inflation. This is just basic supply and demand, right? There is more and more supply constantly coming into the game month by month by month, and then the demand doesn't really like increase or whatever. So there's your little, you know, basic economy lesson, I guess, for the day. But try be careful. People misuse that term a lot. That's not inflation happening. That's like, if anything, it's I guess deflation of the cost of it's just a price of a good going down because of supply and demand, right? Yo, Patrouski, when is the best time to load RP points, like buy RP, like with real world money in the game? Probably during events. That's when it's like at its most desired and highest demand. So if you want to like spend your IRL money on PokeMMO and like get the maximum value, probably buying RP during events is going to be the best way to do it. Right now is probably the worst time, for example, to like buy RP in terms of value because yeah, as you can see, like it's worth, this is like very cheap. Like RP is getting really, really cheap right now. 2.2, that's pretty nuts for 1,000 RP. It doesn't get much cheaper than that. The ultimate gaming choice at the moment, Safari Week or Elden Ring DLC. Hard choice. Whatever you enjoy the most, man. That is a tough one. Good luck to you, dude. I forgot that this guy was in Celadon City in Kanto. This is the guy that consumes shinies. So you can actually like buy certain shinies if they get cheap enough or whatever. Give them to this guy, and he'll give you prismatic pearls based on the rarity of the shiny. I love that he is like has his shiny Metagross and like rare shinies with him. Someone said, how can you use ability pill? It should be pretty simple. You just go buy it from the daycare, and then you like go use it like in your bag on the Pokemon you want to use it to. And you can select your ability that you want. A lot of new players make the mistake of thinking that you can like add a hidden ability access or have hidden ability via the ability pill. You cannot do that. If you want hidden ability on a Pokemon, let's say, for example, you want a chlorophyll Bulbasaur, unless that Bulbasaur has a little like gem on him, which means he has hidden ability access, you can't just use an ability pill to get that. Now, for starters, hilariously, there's kind of a caveat to this. For starters, for starters, you can like Bulbasaur, you can use an ability patch grass to get hidden ability on it, but you can't do that for non-starter Pokemon. You have to just have a Pokemon with a hidden ability access. It's actually such a good question. I have 2 alt characters with Unova done for berry farming. Is there a second best region for alt accounts? I actually don't even know. Like, I don't know. Unova is just so good. Other than that, like, maybe you just have one alt with also Hoenn done, or one with also Kanto. Like, dude, kind of mix it up and do different ones. I don't know. I think getting Unova done is the most important, which is kind of funny that I'm in Kanto on this account, obviously. I probably should do Unova on each one first, but I actually don't know what I would recommend as a second. I have a video. If you look up what's the best region in PokeMMO, I do have a video like going through the power rankings of each region and going through the order of completion and like all those things. This is a little different. That's kind of a tough one for like alt accounts specifically. The problem is, okay, some people are saying, everybody's saying Johto. The problem with Johto is very good, but how are you going to get complete Pokedex to get Mount Silver access with your second region? You probably can't, right? That's the problem. Johto is in this. I talked about this in my best region video. Johto is probably the second most powerful region, but you don't get access to like all the main perks until you beat Johto and have access to full Mount Silver like Pokedex completion. So you end up doing it as the very last region, in my opinion. I think it would probably be Hoenn. If you want to get an alt account done, I think because probably for Ditto farming, I think having an account to Ditto farm on, like, or having that option on your alt, I think that's the most beneficial thing. I think Hoenn would be the second region beyond Unova that you want to complete on alts. Okay, should we just test this? I'm actually so curious. I have heard so much misinformation, and I have heard so many opinions and thoughts and different things regarding the traditional Ditto spot at Hoenn versus the spot over in the new spot in Johto. Let's go test it. I'm only going to do 1 hour at each, but I actually really want to test this because I feel like I hear so many people. Yeah, I hear so much misinformation. So we're going to log off the alt account and go test that and do a whole video on that. Here, I've got a food story for you guys, okay? This is one of the most abhorrent looking meals I've ever made. It actually tasted good, but it looked like a witch's cauldron of bubbling muck in my kitchen, okay? I was 20 years old. I was making Hamburger Helper. And on the back of the box, we all know this, it says you need like a cup of milk or whatever, right? I was a 20-year-old. I wasn't buying milk. That expires in like a week. I don't want to have to deal with that and go to the store every week. Fuck that, right? So what I did was I replaced it with like a stick of butter. So instead of milk and like making it creamy and like spread out and like whatever, it's like this thick, like bubbling, like oily, like it was like huge pops of like bubble. In my 20-year-old brain, I thought that like butter would be a, you know, it's like dairy to me. I think of it as dairy. It would be like a reasonable replacement for milk. It was not. It was very good. It was very tasty, but it was I've never seen anything bubble like that before in my life. Why are there so many Magikarps on the GTL? Catching Magikarps in the Safari Zone is one of the best, like, new player money-making methods. It's one of the best, like, from scratch. You only have to pay 500 Pokeyen to have access to 30 Safari Balls and head into the Safari Zone in Kanto. I used catching Magikarps a ton on different alt accounts and challenges for, like, doing things from scratch. Safari catching in general, but specifically Magikarps are really, really, really good. Magikarps are in the Dragonite group, so people need them for Dragonite breeds, for Garchomp breeds, for Hydreigon, like all of those high level, high desired, you know, PvP dragons. People need Magikarp breeders for them, so it makes a lot of sense that people farm Magikarp a ton, and there's a ton of them on the GTL, and they sell in rapid rapids. They move a lot, right? I love this question. Can you give me 1 or 2 Pokemon to build my first UU team around? Looking for fun stuff, not necessarily the meta. Yes. Let me check PvP stats UU. I'm not gonna give you like Metamons, but I'm also not, I don't want to give you like shitty Enumons. Maybe one Enumon in combination with a UUmon that could like combo up well. I think there's some interesting stuff that you could do. Let us see. What's an interesting? Okay, I like my first pick. Is Gastrodon NU right now, or is that just its usage? And yeah, okay. My first pick is Gastrodon, which means I want to give you a Sap Sippermon or something to combo with that. That would prevent the any grass type attacks coming in. It's gonna leave you weak to Shaman. Or you could do I love Quagsire, to be fair. Actually, maybe Quagsire over. Yeah, probably Quagsire over Gastrodon. Let me think on it for a little bit more. I'll give you a really good answer, or try to. Yeah, that would be it. That's so fun. That's what I would do 100%. I give you the task of doing either Quagsire or Gastrodon, your pick, combined with a Sap Sipper Osmoril. Not huge power. That's the 2 I'd recommend. I think that's very, very fun. So one of them is going to be immune to like electric type attacks, like your Thunderbolts and stuff. And then you can bait grass type attacks with your Quag, and then switch over to Osmoril for pretty decently free. That should be, yeah, I like that combo a lot. Good luck, dude. I would love a wild caught only PvP ladder. I really love the idea. Like, it is very, very cool. It's like a cool niche off. Like, I wouldn't want that to be the case for all PvP, because then it becomes really uncompetitive. Like, the breeding system in PokeMMO is fantastic because it allows people to all get like 31 speed Pokemon. A huge problem that made old PokeMMO PvP less competitive was when like you really needed a timid 31 speed Starmie. Like back in 2013, 2014, it was so crucial, but it was so hard to get that. Like, I think I had like a modest 30 speed one because there was no breeding for like good IVs really. Like, it was very, very RNG based. We spent so much time farming Staryus, dude. Holy shit, at Cinnabar Island was the strategy. But as like a fun little like off meta or like tournament thing, yeah, I love the idea to bring them back. I think doing like a community tournament of like wild caught only PvP mons would be very, very cool. Yeah, I feel like Ditto strats being changed as much as they have over the past like year and a half, when like all of the stuff and all the information and all of the resources had been in the game for like 5 to 8 years or whatever. That is one of the biggest testaments to PokeMMO growing, and like the fact that the game isn't solved and there's still more like min-max things to figure out. I think that was so interesting. When the Fortress strat got made, it was like a really big deal. It was like, holy shit, like Ditto meta changed. It was really revolutionary. And then the Vaporeon strat came out like 2 weeks later. And now that's like supposed to be like the slightly better. I haven't tested it. Apparently it's supposed to be the slightly better strat. But that was crazy. That was a really big deal. I've been seeing this question a lot, and it's a great question. Do you still think there will be an anniversary event this year? I think it is total coin flip. I think it is like, could happen, could not happen. I would love to see it happen. I would love to see the anniversary event return every summer. It was my favorite event that's ever happened in PokeMMO. They did a 10th year anniversary event. They said it was going to happen every year. Then they missed the 11th. This is going to be the 12th. I would love to see it. I don't know if it's 50-50. I think it's a coin flip. Okay. I am actually going to be calling it here for today, guys. I'm really sorry. I know some short streams this week. This is like only a 3-hour stream. Shake my head. I know. Some shorter streams this week while I'm kind of preserving my energy. I'm going to be streaming for, you know, very many consecutive days, as well as I want to go to the card shop. I want to go play Magic with my fiance. We kind of scheduled that for today. I want to go a little earlier, so that's why I'm leaving. I'm sorry. I love you guys. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Hopefully you had fun today playing PokeMMO, watching some of the content. Dislike if you didn't. That's okay. Subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO videos. I upload every single day, and streams are Monday through Friday. I'll be streaming straight through Safari Week upcoming at 12 p.m. ET is when they start generally. I also scheduled a stream on the 22nd, I think. That's when the Team Mr. Safari event starts. So it's at like 1 p.m. on the 22nd. There'll be a week-long event where I will be shiny hunting in the Safari Zone, popping shiny charms, dinner status, risking losing a super rare shiny, going for super. It'll be super, super high risk, high reward. there's a chance for a shiny Riolu / Lucario, and like Lapras and stuff like that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you loved the stream enough, like Seb just did, you can go above and beyond YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, and PayPal / Venmo donations. They keep me around. They allow me to make content. I couldn't do without your guys' support. Thank you so much. Have a great day. I'll see y'all later. Peace, Areno. Hey, thanks so much for watching the entire video all the way to the end. I really appreciate that, and I hope it was a positive asset to your day. And I also want to quickly say extra thank you to everybody whose name is on this list and goes above and beyond and allows me to do what I do. Thank you very much. Have a good one.